What's going on, everyone? I'm Jeff Harris alongside Jonah Restuccio, and welcome into the Delmarva Sports Insider.
That's right. It's the only show giving you in-depth analysis to all local sports here on the shore.
That's right, and still to come on tonight's episode, man, we got a busy one. We had some playoff softball action earlier this week as Snow Hill visited Cambridge South Dorchester.
And as classes wind down at Salisbury University, the postseason is just heating up. We have the latest on where the men's and women's lacrosse squads are in the D3 brackets coming up.
That's right, and still to come, the inspiring story of one local athlete who is using sports as a platform to raise awareness. We share her story later on in the show. Well, welcome into the Delmarva Sports Insider. And Jonah, we're going to start tonight off on the girls' side,
Yes.
a little lacrosse. Man, what a busy week it's been. Kent County making the trip to take on Cambridge South Dorchester. And early in the first, check out Morgan Tracy feeling it for the Vikings. Works around the back of the cage and fires the turnaround shot. Then a pretty give and go with the sister-sister combo here. Bailey Tracy finds Morgan for the one-timer to put CSD up 5-1, but the Trojans finding the offense late in the first. Aaron Riggin goes low off the free position shot to trim the halftime deficit to just 2. Second half, Kent County would trail by 1, but they would knot this one up. Cassidy Brower finds a cutting Haley Williams, who knocks home the equalizer. But with 2 minutes left in the fourth, Julie Michonne takes the pass and buries the game winner. Kent County storms back. They top CSD 8-7.
Watched my defender, and I saw that she turned that way, so I just cut right in and I just went for it. And I was make sure I caught the ball, and then I just shot it. And I keep trying to tell myself to shoot low, and it didn't, but I still made it, so that's what I was happy about.
And on the boys' side in the 3A, Bennett and Decatur squaring off. Clippers get out in front early thanks to Tanner Faro there on the score, but this would be a back-and-forth affair. Parker Wheeler making a few moves and firing from distance. Finds the top right corner. Then check out Liam Deck. He's going to take this one himself, and he's going to roll it to the right, fires, and somehow, I don't know how these kids just do it. They're just running and throwing it into the back of the net, slips it past the keeper down low, and then the Clippers star Braden Glushkow would knot this one up at 9 with under 10 seconds to play. So to overtime we go. A thriller it was, and in OT, it's the sophomore.
Who else?
Who else? The sensational sophomore Luke Nestor sending home the game winner for the Clippers. JMB completes the comeback, topping Decatur 10-9 and advancing to the 3A Regional Championship.
Now we're going to stick with Decatur. Some baseball out in Berlin. Stephen Decatur, the Seahawks, started their state title run with an 11-1 victory over Bennett. Earlier this week, they welcomed Chesapeake High School of Anne Arundel County into Berlin. Seahawks showing off. You see kind of the highlights there. Bailey Wheatley with a knock through center field, sending around Hayden Snellschleier from third. Then in the third, the wheels started falling off for the Seahawks a bit. Pass ball allows Tommy Lewis to run home from third. Couple batters later, Dylan Young skies one to center, and it's missed by the outfielder, allowing yet another run to come home. Cougars take the 4-1 lead in the third, but the Seahawks looking to come back in the fifth. Wheatley again, you saw it with a shot to center, allowing Tristan McDonough to come around, cutting the lead to 2, but that was as close as it gets. You saw it right there. Joseph Seidler in relief. He would just shut the door the last 2 innings, denying Stephen Decatur a regional final appearance. So the Seahawks, Jonas, would fall in that one by 2, 4-2, but a nice run for them.
Exactly, and a team that's still making a run is Kent Island, so we'll check out some baseball 2A action. The Buccaneers hosting Easton, bottom of the first, home team striking first. Grounder to short, it's bobbled, the runner is safe. Trey Thomas, the speed demon, comes in for the first run of the game. And then with the bases loaded, Brody Taylor, he keeps it fair down the third base line. 2 more runs come in to give KI the early 3-0 lead. And in the second, the runs would just keep on coming. That ball, not even close. Thomas, he scores again, 4-0. And defensively, Easton not being able to figure out Hunter Griebel. No runs, no hits, and struck out 4 in this one, and he even got some run support. Dylan Tavila with a blast to deep center. You can see it. That one's into the river. 2-run shot for him. Kent Island wins their 13th in a row, and they're still chugging along in the tournament. Their next game is whenever this rain decides to go away.
So, of course, we had some baseball, so that means we had some softball. CSD hosting Snow Hill in the sectional final. Second inning, Madison Pleasance with the shot to center field that rolls all the way to the fence. Abby Robinson hustles around to score from second. Next batter up, and Madison Lednam sends a grounder through the mud into center field. Pleasance, she's going to score, so Vikes go up 6-2. Then in the next inning, Eagles looking to come back. Anna Adams with a nice hit to center field, and it gets to drop right in front of the outfielders scoring 2 more runs. Eagles make it a 1-run game in the 5th, but the Vikings determined to stay alive. Brooke Windsor grounds out to second base, but the throw to first just out of the reach of the first baseman, allowing Presence to come home again as CSD scores 3 in the 5th and takes it 10-6 to move on to the regional final.
It was very muddy. It was like ice skating. You had to get traction on your feet to be able to get the ball and make the play. If I keep charging, I can get it. I did it in a previous game where I had to charge it, and I made the catch.
And as promised, the 3A Boys Lacrosse Championship. Bennett hosting Centennial out of Howard County. Early in the first, it was all Eagles. Charlie Hawker-Smith gets the scoring going for the Eagles, bulldozes his way towards the crease and just narrowly beats the Clippers goalie. And then Jeremy Wilson keeping up the momentum, turnaround crank shot. No chance to get in front of that one. Eagles up by 4 headed into halftime. But Bennett, they're at home and they're able to find a late run in the second. Braden Glushkow, you hear that name all the time with the individual effort, shows off the stick moves and finds the back of the net. But in the late stages of this one pass to Alex Sewell, who rips a fireball into the cage, trims the Eagles' lead to just 2, but it would not be enough time for the Bennett comeback. Centennial sinks the Clippers 14-12, ends their season, and punches their ticket to the Final Four. And it's just been even busier week because Kent Island boys and girls lacrosse today, their seasons have come to a close in the Final Four, and they finally got to play because of that rain.
And we need to say congratulations, of course, to all of our area teams, specifically James M. Bennett, because what a season they had. Yeah. Man, a lot of young talent that's actually going to return next year, so definitely a team to look out for.
Yeah, but Jeff, it's time to take another break, our first break of the night. I don't know why I said another. Up to the first state as the state girls lacrosse tournament kicked off. Those highlights coming right here on Delmarva Sports Insider.
My name's Zach Pilarsi. I play for Stephen Decatur High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.